Did you know that the first 30 minutes after waking up can silently and permanently damage your leg muscles after age 60? Most people have absolutely no idea. Every single morning, millions of seniors across the world wake up, step out of bed, and unknowingly set off a slow-motion decline in their strength and mobility. They chalk up the stiffness, the slight wobble in their knees, or the struggle to walk to just getting older. But what if I told you, it's not aging at all, it's your morning habits. Small, seemingly harmless things you do in the first half hour of your day are quietly weakening your legs. Day after day, year after year. You might not notice it at first. Maybe it's a little instability on the stairs, or feeling slower and more tired when walking. But over time, it builds, until one day, climbing a single step feels like lifting a mountain. By then, the damage is done, and for many, it's too late to fully recover. But it doesn't have to be this way. The truth is, this slow decline is not inevitable. You can take control, starting right now. In this video, we'll uncover the 7 most dangerous morning habits that are silently destroying your leg strength after 60, and most importantly, how to stop them before it's too late. Let me tell you about Raymond. He's 67 years old, a retired construction worker from Michigan. For over 4 decades, Raymond built homes, carried heavy beams, climbed ladders, and worked long hours in the sun. He prided himself on being strong, dependable, and tough. His legs had carried him through a lifetime of hard work. He never imagined they would one day betray him. But one quiet morning, everything changed. As he swung his legs over the bed and stood up like he had done thousands of times before, his knees buckled. He collapsed to the floor, confused and frightened. There was no warning, no pain, no injury, just sudden weakness. Doctors ran tests and found nothing major. But then his geriatric specialist asked one simple question. "Tell me about your morning routine." That's when the truth came out. Despite his active past, Raymond's current habits, how he got out of bed, what he skipped, and what he did first thing each day, had been slowly, silently draining the strength from his legs for years. What his doctor revealed next shocked him, and it might just change everything for you too. Habit 1: jumping out of bed too quickly. Raymond's doctor didn't waste time getting to the heart of the problem. She asked him how he started his mornings. Like most people, he thought nothing of it. He woke up, tossed the blanket aside, and stood up quickly to start the day. But what he didn't realize was that this exact moment, those first 10 seconds after waking up, had been silently working against him for years. You see, after a night of lying down, your body needs time to adjust. Your blood has been flowing more slowly, your joints have been still, and your muscles, especially in your legs, haven't been engaged in hours. But when you go from a flat position to standing upright too fast, especially after age 60, the body experiences something called orthostatic hypotension, a sudden drop in blood pressure that can leave you dizzy, weak, or even cause a fall. But the real danger isn't just dizziness, it's what happens over time. That daily shock to your system slowly chips away at your lower body strength. According to specialists at the Mayo Clinic, when this becomes a habit, it can cause small but consistent stress on your joints, reduce circulation to your leg muscles, and weaken the stabilizing muscles that keep you balanced. And this is especially dangerous because you don't feel the damage happening until one day, like Raymond, your legs fail you. Dr. Timothy Rogers, a respected geriatric orthopedist, says this is one of the most overlooked habits harming seniors. He explained it to Raymond like this: imagine trying to drive a cold engine without warming it up. That's what you're doing to your legs each morning when you stand up too fast. Over time, they just stop working the way they used to. So what should you do instead? The fix is surprisingly simple, but powerful. The moment you wake up, don't rush. Sit up slowly. Let your legs dangle off the edge of the bed for at least 60 seconds. Rotate your ankles gently. Wiggle your toes. Take a few deep breaths. Then slowly push yourself to your feet. These small movements re-engage your circulation, gently awaken your nervous system, and signal your muscles to prepare for movement. It takes less than a minute, but those 60 seconds could be the most important of your day. They could protect you from sudden weakness, dizziness, and dangerous falls. Raymond began doing this one change every single morning, and within weeks, he noticed something: more control in his legs, better balance, less fear when walking. His confidence began to return, and it all started with breaking this one habit that had been quietly stealing his strength. Habit 2. Skipping a proper morning stretch routine. After Raymond corrected his habit of jumping out of bed too fast, his doctor asked him another important question. "Do you stretch in the morning?" Raymond shook his head. Like most people, he thought stretching was something only athletes or yoga enthusiasts needed to do, but that couldn't be further from the truth, especially after 60. Habit 2 is skipping a proper morning stretch routine. And make no mistake, this one habit is silently contributing to leg stiffness, joint discomfort, and reduced range of motion in millions of seniors every single day. You see, as we age, our muscles naturally become tighter and shorter, especially if we're not using them regularly. When you sleep, your body enters a state of immobility for hours. Your blood flow slows, your muscles cool down, and your joints become less lubricated. This means when you get out of bed and go straight into walking or standing without stretching, you're moving on cold, tight muscles. Over time, this leads to reduced flexibility, decreased leg strength, and eventually instability and falls. Experts in geriatric physical therapy have found that seniors who incorporate even just 5 minutes of gentle morning stretching experience significantly better mobility, improved posture, and greater confidence in their movement. A study from the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity showed that older adults who performed daily leg and hip stretches had 30% fewer falls over the course of a year than those who didn't. Raymond's doctor explained it this way: when you don't stretch, your muscles behave like old rubber bands. They stiffen, they shorten, and they snap under pressure. But when you stretch consistently, you keep them elastic, active, and strong. So what kind of stretching should you do? You don't need to be an athlete or bend like a gymnast. A few seated leg extensions, gentle toe touches, side bends, and ankle rolls while sitting on the edge of your bed can do wonders. Standing quad stretches by holding onto the wall or a chair, and even lifting each knee to your chest while lying on your back can help reawaken the key muscles in your thighs, calves, and hips. Raymond started his mornings with just 3-5 minutes of stretching. Nothing extreme, just slow, controlled movements designed to wake up his lower body. After a few weeks, the difference was undeniable. His joints felt looser, walking became easier, and he noticed he wasn't relying on furniture or walls to steady himself anymore. If you want to keep walking strong and confidently in your 60s, 70s, and beyond, skipping your morning stretch could be one of the most damaging decisions you make. But the good news, you can reverse this starting tomorrow. Habit 3. Not drinking water first thing in the morning. Raymond was making great progress. He'd slowed down his mornings, added light stretches, and felt his legs responding. But there was still one simple habit he had been neglecting: hydration. Habit number 3 is not drinking water first thing in the morning. It may seem unrelated to leg strength, but the truth is, dehydration is one of the most silent and underestimated causes of muscle weakness in older adults, and it's especially dangerous first thing in the morning. Why? Because after 6-8 hours of sleep, your body is in a state of mild dehydration. You haven't had any fluids in hours, yet your body has still been working all night, regulating temperature, supporting cell repair, and keeping your organs functioning. That means when you wake up, your muscles, including the ones in your legs, are already operating with less water than they need. And water is critical for muscle contraction, joint lubrication, and nerve signaling. Without enough of it, your legs feel stiff, heavy, and more prone to cramping or sudden weakness. Dr. Elaine Murphy, a senior wellness expert and author of Aging Strong, explains it clearly. Muscles are like sponges. They need fluid to stay full and functional. When you wake up dehydrated, your muscles lose their bounce, their flexibility, and their power. And the first place you'll feel it is in your legs. In Raymond's case, he was drinking coffee first thing in the morning, but skipping water. What he didn't realize is that caffeine, especially without hydration, can act as a diuretic, pulling even more water from the body and worsening dehydration. So his legs were being asked to move, support, and stabilize, all on an empty tank. The fix? Start your day with at least one full glass of water before anything else. Some experts recommend adding a slice of lemon to boost absorption and support digestion. Others suggest room temperature water to avoid shocking your digestive system. But the key is consistency. Drinking 8 to 12 ounces of water within 10 minutes of waking up replenishes your fluids, kickstarts circulation, and reactivates your muscles, especially in the legs. When Raymond began this habit, he was surprised how quickly he noticed the change. Within days, his morning fatigue lifted. His legs didn't feel as heavy. Climbing stairs felt less like a challenge and more like a routine again. It wasn't magic. It was hydration. So if your legs feel stiff or unstable each morning, ask yourself, are you giving them what they need to function? Before coffee, before food, before anything else, drink water. It's the easiest way to nourish your muscles and take back control of your mobility. Habit 4. Sitting too long after waking up. Raymond was starting to feel hopeful again. With every small change, his legs were growing stronger. But there was still one more habit that was holding him back. Something he'd never considered harmful because it felt normal. Habit number 4 is sitting too long after waking up. Now this might sound harmless, even relaxing. After all, who doesn't want to enjoy a slow morning? You get out of bed, sit on the couch with your phone or the morning news, sip your coffee, maybe scroll through social media. But here's the problem. When you sit for long stretches first thing in the morning, your legs go from inactive to immobile, and that's dangerous. You see, after hours of sleep, your muscles are already cold and tight. Sitting for another 30-60 minutes immediately after waking up only makes things worse. It slows circulation, weakens your glutes, tightens your hip flexors, and causes your quadriceps, the very muscles you rely on to walk and stand, to disengage even further. The result? More weakness, more stiffness, and more instability every time you stand up. Dr. Martin Kessler, a physical therapist who specializes in aging mobility, puts it bluntly. The longer you sit, the harder it is to stand, especially after 60. The body adapts quickly to inactivity. Sit for 30 minutes, and your leg muscles are already losing their readiness. This hit home for Raymond. His routine used to be wake up, go to the kitchen, sit at the table for 45 minutes, with his paper and coffee. During that time, he wasn't activating his muscles, he was letting them tighten and weaken. When he finally stood up to move around, his legs felt like lead. But once his doctor explained the connection, Raymond made a conscious effort to stay lightly active during his first hour of the day. Instead of sitting for long stretches, he would walk around the house for a few minutes, do light chores, or stand while reading his paper, just enough to keep his legs engaged and circulation flowing. And the transformation was remarkable. Within weeks, he no longer felt that painful jolt of stiffness when rising from his chair. His balance improved, his confidence in walking returned, all because he simply broke the pattern of sitting too long. The takeaway: motion is medicine, especially in the morning. If you wake up and immediately spend the next hour on the couch, you're unknowingly telling your legs to shut down, at a time when they need activation the most. Even 5 minutes of gentle standing or walking after waking can mean the difference between strength and weakness, between stability and a dangerous fall. Don't underestimate the power of small changes. Raymond didn't, and he's walking proof of what's possible. Habit 5. Skipping protein in the morning. By now, Raymond had already transformed several parts of his morning. He slowed down his wake-up, stretched his legs, hydrated properly, and stayed active instead of collapsing into a chair. But there was one more silent saboteur hiding in plain sight every morning: his breakfast. Habit number 5 is skipping protein in the morning. Most people, especially those over 60, don't realize that the very first meal of the day is not just about energy, it's about preserving muscle. And if you're not eating protein within the first few hours after waking up, you're missing a critical window when your body is primed to absorb and rebuild muscle fibers, including those in your legs. You see, as we age, our muscles naturally become less responsive to protein. This is called anabolic resistance, and it means your body needs more high-quality protein to stimulate muscle repair and growth than it did in your younger years. And if that protein isn't supplied, your muscles, especially the ones that support mobility like your quadriceps, hamstrings, and calves, start breaking down faster than they can rebuild. Susan Fielding, a nutritionist specializing in aging and mobility, explains the biggest mistake seniors make is starting their day with carbs alone: toast, cereal, or even just coffee. That kind of breakfast spikes blood sugar, but does nothing to support muscle health. Protein in the morning is non-negotiable after 60. And that's exactly what Raymond had been doing. For years, his breakfast was a simple slice of toast and coffee. No eggs, no yogurt, no nuts, just carbs. He didn't realize he was depriving his muscles of the very nutrients they needed to stay strong and functional. Day after day, his body was in a catabolic state, where it was breaking down muscle tissue faster than it could repair it. And it showed in his shrinking calves, in his difficulty lifting himself out of chairs, in the fear he felt walking downstairs. When his doctor explained the connection, she gave him a simple rule: start your morning with at least 20 to 30 grams of protein. Every single day. That could be 2 eggs and Greek yogurt, a protein smoothie with berries and almond butter, even cottage cheese with fruit or peanut butter on whole grain toast. What mattered was consistency and quality. Raymond took this advice seriously. He started prepping easy, protein-rich breakfasts at night, so he wouldn't fall back into his old routine. And the difference, it was like night and day. His energy came back. He didn't feel as shaky or weak by mid-morning. His legs, once shrinking and fatigued, began holding their strength. Because protein is more than food, it's fuel for movement. And if you're over 60 and skipping protein in the morning, you're starving your muscles at the most critical time of day. So ask yourself this: what did you eat this morning? If it didn't include real muscle-supporting protein, your legs paid the price. But the good news, it's never too late to change that. Habit 6. Not stretching properly after waking up. By this point, Raymond had made some remarkable strides. He had his hydration routine down, added protein to his breakfast, and was staying active throughout the morning. But one morning, after climbing a flight of stairs, Raymond felt a familiar tension in his legs, like they hadn't quite warmed up enough. Habit number 6 is not stretching properly after waking up. Now, stretching isn't just for athletes, it's for everyone, especially as we age. When you wake up, your body is stiff from hours of inactivity. Your muscles have been in a passive, relaxed state, and without movement, they start to tighten. But what most people don't realize is that skipping a proper stretching routine after waking up can leave your legs vulnerable to injury and strain. Helen Krauss, a physical therapist who works with seniors, explains stretching in the morning, even just for 5-10 minutes, helps loosen tight muscles, lubricates your joints, and gets your blood circulating again. If you don't do this, you're walking around on legs that are stiff and unprepared for the demands of the day. Think about it. Your legs are your foundation. And just like any structure, a strong foundation starts with flexibility. Whether it's reaching for your toes, doing calf stretches, or gently rolling your hips, these movements activate your muscles and keep them ready for action. But skipping this crucial step means that your legs stay tight, weak, and more susceptible to falls, discomfort, or even more serious injuries. For Raymond, the solution was simple but effective. He started spending just 5 minutes every morning doing gentle stretches, focusing on his hamstrings, calves, quadriceps, and lower back. He didn't push himself too hard. The goal wasn't to achieve a perfect stretch. It was simply to wake up his muscles and let them breathe again. And the results were astonishing. His stiffness diminished. His legs felt more agile, less prone to aching after sitting for long periods. Even his ability to balance improved, as his muscles were more pliable and able to respond to sudden movements. When you skip stretching, you're essentially walking around with muscles that are stiff and underprepared. And for seniors, that means instability. That means weakness. That means danger. It's time to stop treating stretching like a luxury or an afterthought. It's essential. A few minutes of proper stretches can make a world of difference for your leg strength, stability, and overall quality of life. Whether it's a light calf stretch, hamstring stretch, or hip opener, make stretching a non-negotiable part of your morning routine. Raymond knew this now, and he couldn't imagine starting his day without it. A little effort in the morning goes a long way toward a stable, strong, and mobile life. Habit 7. Ignoring morning leg massages. As Raymond made progress with his new morning routine, he began to notice something else, a subtle yet crucial component missing from his habits. He had done everything right: hydration, stretching, movement, and protein, but there was still one more thing that could take his leg strength to the next level. Habit number 7 is ignoring morning leg massages. It sounds simple, right? But let's be honest. Many of us overlook the power of a good massage. It's easy to think of it as a luxury or something reserved for spa days, but for seniors, especially after 60, a gentle morning leg massage can be a game changer. Here's why. As we age, our blood circulation naturally slows down, which can lead to stiffness and muscle weakness. When you don't massage your legs regularly, those muscles aren't getting the stimulation they need to stay strong and flexible. But when you apply gentle pressure, you increase blood flow, reduce tension, and activate the muscles in your legs that support mobility. Dr. Cheryl Miller, a geriatric physiotherapist, says morning leg massages can help stimulate blood circulation, promote muscle elasticity, and prevent stiffness. For seniors, this simple practice has been shown to significantly improve flexibility and reduce the risk of falls. Raymond had never thought about adding a leg massage to his routine, but after hearing about its benefits, he decided to give it a try. Every morning, after his stretches, he took a few minutes to gently massage his calves, quads, and hamstrings. He used light, upward strokes toward his heart to encourage better circulation. At first, it felt a bit awkward, but within just a week, Raymond noticed a profound difference. His legs felt lighter. He wasn't waking up with that stiff, tight feeling. His balance improved as well, because his muscles were looser and more responsive to movement. Even the simple act of walking up and down the stairs felt easier. It was like his legs had a little more spring in them. The best part? This wasn't a time-consuming task. It only took him about 5 minutes. But those 5 minutes were more than worth it. The boost in circulation, the reduction in stiffness, and the overall improvement in his leg strength were undeniable. If you're over 60, you don't have to rely solely on exercise and stretching to keep your legs strong. Adding a simple morning leg massage could be the key to unlocking your full mobility potential. It's quick, effective, and incredibly beneficial for maintaining healthy, strong legs. Raymond now makes this part of his daily routine, and he's never felt better. A simple therapeutic touch can make a world of difference. Don't skip this step. Your legs will thank you. Now that you've learned about these 7 morning habits that could be silently weakening your legs, it's time to take action. Remember, your legs are your foundation, and how you treat them first thing in the morning can have a profound impact on your mobility, strength, and overall quality of life. Raymond's story is a wake-up call for all of us. With a few simple changes to his routine, he regained his strength and confidence. You can do the same. Start hydrating properly, incorporate a protein-packed breakfast, stretch every morning, and don't overlook the power of a good leg massage. It's never too late to start taking care of your body, and the earlier you act, the better. Your legs deserve the best care you can give them. So whether you're just starting to notice weakness or you're already feeling unsteady, take charge of your mornings and your mobility today. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, share this video with someone who could benefit from these tips, and leave a comment below telling us which habit you're going to try first. We'd love to hear from you. Stay strong, stay mobile, and remember, your legs are the foundation of your life. Take care of them, and they'll take care of you.